Warning: the following program may contain material not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
They say for every light in this world, there is a shadow waiting to reclaim it. We've been told what to believe, what to fear, and exactly where the boundaries of real end. But tonight, we're crossing those lines. From the whispers in the attic to the lights in the desert sky and the entities that walk among us, we are stepping behind the veil. Transmitting from deep within the mountains of West Virginia, it's time to seek the truth. This is Let's Find Out with Diego. And now, here is your host, Diego the podcaster.
On this episode of Let's Find Out, early in his life, a routine evening meeting with a childhood friend took an unexpected turn when our guest encountered a brilliant, mysterious light. This single profound event shattered his skepticism of conventional history and sparked a lifelong mission to uncover the true origins of humanity. Now, in his book, Gods or Civilizations from the Stars, our guest bridges the gap between ancient history and cosmic reality by re-examining global legends, sacred texts, and forgotten myths. He challenges us to look at ancient gods as advanced star beings who actively guided human evolution. All this plus more. Please welcome our good friend and author of the book, Gods or Civilizations from the Stars, Antonio Alves. Antonio, my friend, welcome to Let's Find Out.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you very much.
Oh,
It's a pleasure to be with you, talking with you.
oh, same here. I've been waiting for this interview for a couple of months now that we had it scheduled
Yes.
not long ago. And as I'm reading through your story, there's so much there to go through. And and then I start looking into your book, and the book cover tells me a lot of what I know what I'm going to be expecting from this interview and also from the book itself. And and I know that perhaps you've told this story hundreds or thousands of times.
Yes.
And for our good friends, the listeners of Let's Find Out, who maybe just now getting to know you, let's go back in time a little bit, if you don't mind, to that time. I want to say, was it in the early 70s or 80s where
1978, 1977, one day. What was the first strange light in my life. After that, things happened until now.
right? And as we were talking in the pre-interview, it's been throughout your lifetime, not just you, but also members of your family have had their own experiences. But let's go back to that time. There, it was an
Okay.
evening
Yes.
where you were
I, I,
meeting
I I was
with
living
a
in the small village. It's less than 1,000 people, and my parents they still have a little farm, and nothing happened in small village, and the kids, even at night, we go outside and play. And one night, I tell a friend of mine, okay, let's go dinner. After dinner, we go to the club, you know. But that night they come real different, and I just I just got the dinner and I start walking between the olive trees to get this house. And when I saw that big bright light above, I can say five, six trees. There was real and real bright. And I just look. I don't feel any pain in my eyes, nothing. But it was real strange light, no sounds, nothing. And I was stay look at that light, and they come in my mind. I must real run. 11 years old. I must run and call my friend. And I get over there and I knock the door. I say, "Come on, come on." The name is Alexandre. Alexandre, I want you to see this thing and above the Olivers. When we go there, there was not about 200 meters, not more than that. There was not big run, and the light changed. It's no more white bright light. It's orange, and they fly above. above the trees. No sounds, nothing. You just keep looking at that light until it disappears in the sky. Now this is winter time. It must be around between 7:30 p.m. Uh, we look each other. We even does know the name UFO or OVNI in Portuguese. We just call light because we have no name for that. Just after a couple of months, my friends saw in the newspaper, they saw a UFO in Spain. Okay, from that time, we call that UFO to that light, And but what started happening with me after saw the light, they changed everything. You see a kid with 11 years old start interest, really interest about all kind of religions, all kind even I want to be archaeology too, and I interested about astronomy. Yet one thing specific, we talked about 77, 79, 8, I'm sorry, it's that theory, the time is just one, not past, not future. We live in the present all the time. This is, Portugal have, that time have just one channel. It's a government channel. I can listen anything in any place. That like I said, even UFO in Portuguese, I don't know what that word, but they changed everything. I start have dreams, and in the morning I tell my friends, hey, I have a dream that after 3 4 days, 1 week, the things happen. It's not the big things. Most of the time it's about soccer games or something like that. But I understand that is forever. What is try to tell me, okay, from now on the things change for you forever, and one of the things I still have a lot is the calls. Sometimes I was in the bed, almost fall asleep, and I have that feeling I must move, I must walk into some place. And that place have a lot of cromlechs, like Stone Age, but small ones, and dolmens too, and the mini small, and that is the place I must walk over there. And I stay over there for a hour, 45 minutes, far as I know, nothing happened. And the feeling you have for go to that place, after a while, you have that feeling you must get out of that place right away. And I'm just walking. That thing come in my mind, not with words. I don't know what language can be, but the thing is, I understand what that message come in my brain, and I'm just walking. That's what's happened. And everything changed. Everything changed. Even the school. I remember I was in 7th degree, and we studied the Sumeri, the Egypt, the building pyramid. I look for that as, this is nothing like what the teacher said. But like I said, I know everything happened. There must be that light. What I saw that light, and everything started with that light.
And in that area of the world, I don't know much about Portugal. Um, Unfortunately, I should really learn more about other regions of the world and what their history is, especially mostly with in ufology. Is there a history of this type of events in your
Yes.
country?
Yeah. We have one real famous. This happened in Fatima, the 1917, 1917. The miracle when they saw two UFOs fly that day with 100,000 people saw that. It's the miracle of Fatima. It's really famous, you know, the church, Catholic church. And this, for, if you go reading what the people saw that time, they say they saw the sun fly between the people and stop, and they saw beings inside that metal plate, and of course the church changed that one for something like miracle of God, something like that. But it's famous. It's famous for a lot of people saw things. And we have now, when we say now, more than 35 years ago, uh, two groups studying UFOs. But just for you see how the taboo is, remember the New Jersey, that drones, they fly, they happen November 18th. In Portugal, the news, they just come March. you know, you can see how the government still control this kind of thing in Portugal.
Well, we're talking about television channels over there. Now, are there alternate ways of getting information? I know newspapers can be kind of hard. You can really pretty much forget print paper.
Yeah.
What about internet? Now, is that also
No,
kind
no,
of
no, no,
controlled?
no, 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 no. Now it's okay. Now
Mm,
we have on the channels. Everything changed. If you go, you don't. You can imagine what there was in 80s. 80s we have just one channel. 1980s we have just one channel. The second channel just come 1994 when they come the second channel, and there was church, Catholic Church channel. You know, but now if you go over there, we have hundreds of channels, different channels. But they still, it's not that doesn't come too many things in the UFO. Even I was invited for a couple times in the talking shows on TV. Even the hosts they make funny to us. What
mm.
this it doesn't make any sense. That and the people doesn't want to go because that and that is like everybody's laughed and and it's hard for you talking real stuff about the UFOs, and the religion's still strong, real strong in Portugal.
Right, because you're right next door to Spain.
Yeah, yeah. And we are Portugal and Spain. There was the big countries, the go another countries and turn them with missionaries. All Africa, Brazil, and even China. Will we be there? And you can imagine what now it's we talk about UFOs.
Yeah, now times have changed. Now, one of the popular theories, and I think that, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Von Daniken, where he spoke about if you're reading religious texts and you were to interchange names instead of calling them angels or gods and use the name extraterrestrials, it kind of opens up a whole different perspective on these events where
Yes.
perhaps the civilizations of hundreds or even thousands of years ago might have mistook where it would be an extraterrestrial as a god. Because honestly, if I were alive back then, I would have the same conclusion that they are gods.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Even like you said before about my family, if you talk about my aunt, with my aunt or my uncle or my mother, they don't call aliens. They call devil. Or they call all the time. They call bad side, not the angels, but the bad side, because for them there was not real funny. The things happen. They scare and it's real hard for them. And even my grandmother. Well, my my mother told me about my grandmother. I never know nothing about that. You know. And one of the things there was the paralyzed. My grandmother. They talk about that. I have that one too. After I saw the light, they're paralyzed. I can move. I can scream. I can ask for help to my parents, and that is in all parts of the UFO area. That was scare me most. That there was that one.
And that was sleep paralysis. Now, was that when you were in bed, or did this happen in any?
Okay, because when I saw the light, I started write the book. I start studying
Mm.
the Bible, take stuff from, and what I doing after a while, I just leave the stuff, the notes next to me, and I go to sleep. And the most of the time, I even doesn't turn the light off, and that thing start already paralyzed. They start by the feet, and real fast they take all my body, and I scream, and no noise, nothing. And when that thing's run away, I'm just run too, but I'm run to the bed of the bedroom of my parents. That thing's come so normal. I don't say every day, but my parents buy a small sofa and take that small sofa to them bedroom for when I run from mine, just go sleeping with them in the same bedroom, how the normal that thing's coming. And my mother, when we talk about that, they still, I remember you have some bad spirit with you, and always it's about relations, and she still don't understand there can be not religion but another stuff.
Right. In a way that I can see how they could come with that conclusion. Even in today's time, we fast forward to 2026, people would still say that it'd be demonic or evil spirits that are, and not extraterrestrials. But I think now it's been my experience, especially the videos that I've seen, people that I've talked to, where I think now the church is becoming a little more accepting of these subjects as a
Yes, yes,
possibility.
yeah.
Way different than when we were growing up back in the 70s, because that was not a thing.
No, 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 no. There was real different, And for a kid, that a lot of stuff come to me, and I can ask because nobody go listening, And they go be that kid. It's nuts. Now believing in UFOs. Even the people doesn't know what UFO is, the word, but you know, it's critic. It's not never is a good answer to me for listening. And there was a little hard time until I decide. Me and my friends say, okay, it's over. We don't go tell anything anybody because they laugh, they don't understand, and it's over. You know, and and we don't say anything more to anybody. Even all that things I tell now, I never tell. It's just one, two, three close friends, and that's it. And because I understand it's hard for believe. If you nothing happened with you, uh, maybe yes, maybe not. Even your close friends, but I don't know. It's hard. The they believe. Of course, now the things is different. It's
It
more open.
is. It is more open, but it's like I've had conversations with friends. You don't believe it until it happens to you. And then you come to somewhat of an understanding, but it opens so many more questions, which leads me to ask you this, because you've had several experiences with sleep paralysis.
Yes.
It might be a two or three
Okay. Okay.
prong question. So don't mind me, because sometimes I get
No,
lost in my own
no.
mind
You
and I
can
wind up
ask.
asking complete nonsense. I don't mean to.
No, no,
Um,
no.
each time you have an experience, I don't know, what is the gap between that? Is it years, weeks?
Let's go say 1 month they go be happen two, three times. More two times than three times. But after a while they stop and they stop forever. They never happen again. You know. But when I say they stop, they maybe they take about a year and a half, for they go stop. And
Okay.
like I said, it's so normal for my parents buy a small sofa for just for I go sleep with them because and so, there was really scary. It's a real scary time. You
And
know,
each time you've had this experience, were you able to see anything?
no, no, no,
Okay.
nothing. Well, just what I see something is in my neck, like I don't know what it is, and that time I think, well, maybe this is why I can scream, But of course, that does make it different. If you have a handle for having the neck, you can scream, and anyway, And but I never saw nothing in my room when that thing happened. Matter of fact, all the time. But one thing is, I always rate with the light because there must be something with the light, But after that, of all the experience, they come start with me, and I saw less scary. Even I try to talk with them in that time. I don't know what it is. I just try talking, and but there was a real scare time with the paralyzed.
Oh no, I could imagine. Now, outside of the emotional part of it,
Well,
let's talk about the physical part. When these things happen, have do you have any scars?
nothing,
Have
nothing.
Has your
No.
health suffered anything?
You
Have
know,
you
you
has
know,
your
because I'm not gonna look my body. Not if you have a pain, I must looking. But maybe I can. Oh, maybe play soccer and something. Because when you don't got information for another one, you, there must be things you don't understand. If you don't can ask one thing you don't know about, uh, I can go. Maybe they make me scared or they make me something marking, but no, because I don't know that things doing that. And it's but far as I remember, no. My daughter got that. My daughter got that a couple of years ago, but I never got anything, any marks.
Okay, now you mentioned your daughter,
Yes,
and this is something that's been going on not only with you, but also with your children as well, right?
yes, yes. My son is not too much, but my daughter is more than. My daughter make it's 19 years old now, and they start real when I was a kid. So strange things, dreams. She saw when she was in the morning with that marks in the neck. She saw a big shadow. She even called any name. She said she a big shadow next to the window, and she has a real scary. And in the morning she has that marks in the neck. Matter of fact, I have a picture from that mark too.
It's amazing in an interesting way. Not that it's great, but a little bit different with her than with you as far as leaving marks because she has marks you do not.
Yes, yes,
Um,
yeah,
you ever wonder that perhaps maybe they're tracking your bloodline and see how
yeah.
what's going on?
Yeah, that's why I think it is because it's all I know just from my grandmother, but I believe they go be before than my grandmother, happened, and they keep going. I have a cousins, they saw things too, and but like I said, the Muslim they believe there was some spirits or something like that, not aliens. I think I was me and my daughter think more about aliens than the spirits, But I don't. Maybe because I saw more things than they saw, maybe that and different things, and just like shadows, insectoids, grays, you know, and they just talk about lights and stuff like that. Except my daughter did when she said she saw that shadow. She said there must be about 2.5 meters, about 3 meters tall. That shadow.
Well, now we have a little bit of a reference of what it could be. Now you mentioned different races of extraterrestrials,
Yes.
and in gods or civilizations of the stars. In your opinion, because this Earth has it's as ancient as it is and as many visitors as it's had, which of those races do you think are the ones that are more active on Earth?
I think thousand years ago, a couple groups of these beings, they come from different parts from the universe, and what they did, that's what I think. They like someone's go make there was in Asian, another one did the South America. They split the planet for them, for they make the experience. And if you go see, what I believe is they make once the experience from the same kind monkey, but the blood. Let's go do it like this: 50% from the monkey, 50% from them, and they make the human being. And this is why I believe that we have so many different DNA in the world. Of course, now you have more because it's different, but in the beginning. And if you, one of the things when I studied the religion is how interesting there was the gods with the blood. If you go see, let's go talk about the Bible. They the tribes then can make mess up mix with another tribes because the blood, this is the blood because it's our blood, it's the God's blood, and if you go see the beginning of the Adam and Eve, when they take a rip from the uh, from the Adam, uh, that is what they try to tell is we talk about DNA experience, and this is what it was, and this is what the book is, and this is what they try told me how the things coming, and it's funny because if you go reading the beginner forever the ancient civilizations uh, have in the planet, they start everything cares about the blood, you know.
Go ahead. Kind of hit the wrong button. So okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the cover of the book. So go ahead, continue. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, that's what I try to tell you is that what I believe, if they like India, they have a different gods from different parts of the universe, and they are different than in Africa, in Europe, in the South America, in America, and one of the things we can see it's even that test, they said that the gods come from that place, the Orient translations, the plates, they say that they write what they come from because the gods told them where they come from. This is why I believe about DNA. This is why, if you go ask me what interest it's my blood. I don't know what's the interest it is.
Well, there's gonna be something about it. It might even go hundreds of years before you, and maybe at that time nobody reported anything. You
No,
see what I'm
I,
saying?
I know my last name that we come from Arabia, Arabs, but I don't know. It's they go be that or not. There must be something.
I think so because there's a history there of activity that it is undeniable. And with this information that you've gathered and studied, when did you sit down and decided that it was time to share your story and write gods or civilization from the stars?
Well, when I think somebody again listening to us, because when you go tell stories and the people doesn't care and they laughed and we can't tell the story about that, because we know you look at the people and say, wait, like what I told you before, the talking show. Where you go talking for what? You know, they don't believe us. We are lying. You know, doesn't make any sense. But now the kids and what we're talking about like 20 years ago, the things start changing. And when I come to United States, 1987, the first time I come to Connecticut, and I met the MUFA organization, and I think no, they have more people than like me. I'm not just me. I have more people, and this help a lot. We can enjoy and we can listen to stories from another people, and they listen our and we can see the face now. They don't call me a lie because they have close experience than mine. That, that's where I decide to start talking.
And it's always good to start talking. I think it's something therapeutic about it because you learn to accept that this is something just normal to you, and it might be a story or information that others might need to read or listen to in order for them to make sense of their own experiences.
Yes, yeah, and like now, like the disclosures, and they gonna be help us. We help them too. Both go be help for and more people come up with their story. I remember one day when I was in the talking show. When I go back the next day from to the work, they come a couple of people say, "Oh, I see like this," and they open because they listen me on the TV, and they open tell the stories too, what they happen. If you are, they don't see me on the TV, they never go talk about them experience too. And like I said, they go help. And this like this podcast, everything they go help, and other people go thinking, well, maybe what I saw 3 or 4 years ago, there was some not a plane, but maybe there was another thing. They always help when we talking and open and they get open minds about this subject.
Yeah, and it usually takes a little bit of time before people start warming up to you and start sharing stories. Now, for instance, like with me, when people eventually find out that I do a podcast about these different types of subjects, some of them might chuckle a little bit or say some joke here and there, but there are times where um, in private, they say, "Hey, man, things happened to me when I was a kid or at grandma's house. Can I share you the story?" I go, "Yeah, go ahead." And it's always the same. You can almost time it. It's gonna happen eventually. It's
Yeah.
just that they don't want to do it in a public setting. They want to be more of a private.
When I was a kid, I make one experience. I was talking with three guys, and we are kids, and I said, "Look, this light, this light," and everybody laughed. They smile and they make funny. And I catch one each one at the time, and just me with that guy. They change. They listening. They ask things. They change. The problem is if they start one guy starts my left and the another ones they go left because it's more easy. You don't believe in that you believe in. And yeah, you don't want to be a nut because that guy is nuts already. You don't want to be a nut. you know.
No, I stopped caring about what people thought about if I was nuts or not a long time ago. And maybe I am a little bit, but once they experience something, they'll start understanding, oh, well, perhaps he isn't. And that's something that why I love this show is listening to the people who've had these experiences that maybe a little bit of the facts and information that we talk about, I said, might help them down the road. Now, with these galactic beings, and perhaps there's so many races out there that have been identified, but I think that maybe we narrowed it down to maybe a handful at this point. These galactic beings, are they still trying to guide us to something? Because I still don't understand what their purpose is with humanity. I'm not really sure.
That take me for me a while. Why me? Matter of fact, I have that in the book. Why me? Uh, and why the book? But after that, I understand the book is for open the minds for other people. They are here. They they let's go. They make us with experience, and this is my mission. Let's go see that way. But I think each aliens have a different agents to the planet, right? You know, and if you listen a different adoptees or contactees, sometimes it's different because they have a different program for that kind man or the woman. You understand? And if the contactee or the adoptee, they must figure out why. When they figure out why, they go be easy and they go be touch, talk with them. When I saw now that after after years, when I feel they are close to me, I talk with them. Sometimes I have answered, not talk by the message come in my brain, and sometimes I don't got nothing, but I know something is next to me, and they list me. And this happened about 4 or 5 days ago, and I know the thing forever is next to me. I can't see with my eyes, but I can see with my brain, with my mind, that thing. And sometimes I can see even the where the go how it is. It's gray. It's insectoids, and I sometimes I even can see. Like I said, I can see with my mind that what kind.
So it's maybe a some sort of telepathic communication.
Yes, yes, yes. There is. And the couple time, not too many. When I walk for some place, sometimes I got that telepathic communications, and I ask things, and they don't go say, okay, see you tomorrow. No, I start feeling no, the guy's just not here anymore. I just go away, and I'm go back again to my house.
I mean, one of those things where they're still checking up on you every once in a while, each stage of your life. Now, and I know you can see in your mind certain things. Have they shared anything with you? Like not I'm gonna say verbally, but is there something that can you translate something they've shared with you that
Yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
have a couple experiences about one of them is because I was with make notes, and they never end the book. And one day I got that call, that feeling I must walk in one place, and that place there was 2006 when this happened. And I look at the sky. This was at night, so around 11 p.m., something like that. And I see the sky is real different. After that, I saw in about 2 meters, not more than 2 meters, four shadows. But by the figure, they looks like the gray ones, two tall ones and two small ones. And I asked, and this looks I know this looks a little strange, but I know this happened. And I asked when it's over the book, they start with child now. It's 2006. We still do write the book, and I know that they come from my left side and come on in my mind. One day I go know somebody, and that person they go be help me finish the book. And it's funny because after a couple months I met my ex-wife, the mother of my daughter, and she helped me. She helped me in the computer because I'm not too good in the computer, and she found the Portuguese UFO associations. Uh, I talk about the Portuguese because this book first they come 2010 in Portuguese and 2025 in English when I come to United States for the second time, and this happened, and they. This is why I said they can't be my imaginations because after a couple weeks, I met that person. I never saw that person before, and they helped me, And there, in 2011, October 11, 2010, the book in Portuguese they come out October 2nd, 2010. And I go one place, but I got no calls. I just go, and that, like I said, ancient place. And I'm just sit down and I look at the sky and say, look, the book it's here. This is funny story, but what I'm going doing now, you know, they don't take too long. They come in my mind, three messages, and I'm missing all the three messages. Just after that, after the things happen, I understand the message. The first one is the book that will be touched in the four corners of the planet. Like a human being, what you go think is, oh, that will be a bestseller or something like that. No, there was nothing. It's what I doing from last year, the podcast, because the podcast they touch in the four corners of the planet by the internet. This is what they try me in 2010. It's not the bestseller, nothing that. Another one, they said they come a name of a guy. That's this is not nothing for the people, but it's really important for me because I'm it's like that. You can't go outside the path. You must be walking with us, maybe all my life. The another one, they come a name a guy, another guy, and I said for me, for myself, this guy even doesn't care about UFOs, And after 7 years, this guy got a divorce. I got a divorce. I start date with his ex-wife.
Oh, no.
And that doesn't, the people say, oh, this is not a big deal. It's a deal because it's not be in my talk that there'll be they come another one. They come another message. The last one. One day I go met a famous singer. I remember I said that's just impossible because that guy is so famous in the world. I never go met this guy, you know. And that message come again and say, no, one day you go met this guy. The truth is, I never met yet that guy, but if they happen twice, I believe they'll be the third time. And this is one that, and of course, all the talking it's about message they go in my brain. It's not I talking with them, but the message go to my brain. You know, this and I believe I believe I was there at that place, and I have the proof after years that things happen. And I have 1980, like the with 1981 when I saw with my father the mothership Uh, I don't know if you want to talk about that or not.
Oh, absolutely too. I know that you s- you've had the I won't say the luck, but you've had a good fortune of being able to see these things multiple times, different stages of your life,
Yeah. Yes.
and it's not something that the everyday person goes through.
Yeah. I always say if you tell me, okay, you want to go back and leaving everything what you saw in your life, or I say yes, yes, because I listen to a lot of people they fray about the adaptees contact, but I am just fray about the paralyzed time. But that was over, and that was good. It was over, and after that, like I said, I go walking. I try think, try make a contact. Sometimes works, sometimes the most of the time doesn't work, but I'm not that guy. Go run away. I'm afraid. No. And always I said to the people, if you saw a light, try make a contact. Not contact, uh, but contact just with the mind. Open your mind and okay, if you want to talk, if you want to make contact, don't be afraid. Because this is my experience. I know I have another people have a lot of afraid about the experience they have.
And it seems that they prefer telepathic communication
Yes,
as
yes,
opposed to verbal, and that's just fine. I mean, they're advanced beings that have the luxury of being able to do that with us. Now, let's go back to because you mentioned seeing a mothership.
yes. I was like I said, 1981. I was watch TV with my father, one channel, of course. uh,
Yeah,
and we have a lot of dogs. My parents have a farm, and we have like 4 or 5 dogs. When we talk dogs, we talk dogs fighting with the bulls, because this is the business. My father is like a small farm, and we have a lot of cows and horse. And I watch TV with my father, and all the dogs start making a lot of strange noise, not just ours, but the neighbors too. And I tell my father, I want to go outside, see what's happening, why the dogs make all that noise. When I step out, all the dogs stop. You know, even horses, cows, no noise at all. They looks like the time stopped. You know, I can even the dogs from the neighbors, everything stopped. I called the dogs. The dogs, I don't know. They were so afraid they don't come. And that time I look up and I saw in the sky that orange cylinder, and they call mothership, orange, no noise at all. And I call my father, hey, come outside and go, let's go see. I want you to watch that light. And he just step out too. And we keep looking that for a couple of minutes. Uh, and I asked my father, what do you think it is? That's okay. There must be Russian, Americans. This is nothing. And he just walked inside. And I stay a couple of minutes, look at that thing. And I said, I'm walking inside too. And that thing keep going, in the sky. That was so big. I don't believe there was just us saw that thing. That was so big, so big. And after a couple of minutes, all the dogs, all the life come normal. And I step out again and look at the sky. It was gone, nothing. Uh, and just when I was in MUFO and I started to see pictures and I I listened about the cigarette shape or cylinder
mhm.
shape, you know. But that thing is, it's impossible how big that thing is. Doesn't make noise, but doesn't make noise at all, nothing. And it looks like they go slow, real slow. But I don't think so because that thing there must be so high, and it's real big. It's real big. But even my father, it was strange why he doesn't listen any noise about the animals. He doesn't call the dogs too, and I believe the dogs doesn't come forever where they hide. And after that, the light go and I'm go step out. I call the dogs. All the dogs coming. All the everything was normal. You know.
Yes, It's amazing the dogs knew not to go out there.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
talk about dogs fighting with bulls. It's not kind dogs can be scared anything, and they were real scared, you know. And there was not just our; it's all the dogs, the neighbor. They stopped, no noise at all. It looks like I don't know. I would go be in the doom inside the doom, no noise at all. Everything is quiet, you know. And after, well, I think after that light gone, everything come normal. Even my dogs, the dogs, the neighbors, everything come normal.
It might have been
Was
some sort of power or
yeah,
emanating from the yeah.
there must be have a powerful time, you know, and they stop the time of forever. But one thing I know, I never asked, of course, in the kid, I don't want to ask that. But if somebody saw that thing, you know, I, I don't know. Uh, I think inside that thing there will be like 100 planes can be inside that thing. That was so big, so big, so big. Of course, I never saw thing so big anymore than I saw that night, that afternoon.
And back then we didn't have the luxury of having a camera or anything in our pocket like we do now with our cell phones to record such an event because in those times anybody that owned any kind of recording device, they were very expensive and you had to be
Oh
somebody
yeah,
that make a lot of money to be able to afford such a device or electronic device, of course. And then not only that, but being able to put the cassette in, turn it on, and start filming because it would be gone just as fast. Now,
yeah. But
this,
my father cut that because when they said it must be Russian or American, okay, and I believe I was a kid. Okay, it's you know we live in German for 12 years, and you know when I have 1 month old, well, my father was there in German already working, and I was living over there till 10, but my father lived 12 years over there. And I believe him, you know, I believe my father must know what that thing was, you know. And
yeah, he
I
just
and I and I believe he believed himself there was Russian or Americans. He believed himself that.
maybe he just wanted not to have you frightened. So he just told you something just to say,
No,
you,
I
yeah.
think you believe him. You really believe in
Oh,
that there was a Russian American. You know, it's not that kind of man believe UFOs or stuff like that. You know, there was there was not that.
yeah, and and going back to not being able to record things. Now, you did send me something very interesting where you actually caught footage of one and just set up the video. If you don't mind, what's the background on this one before I play it? Around what time was it? Where was it?
There was in Modesto. This video I sent you, there was in Modesto, California. There was May 25, 2025. There must be a I don't know. There must be maybe 6, 7 o'clock. There was maybe less. I don't know. I don't know. I
You know,
was
and
just there. I was just there with my son, and my son record and asked, tell you don't see that. I don't see anything. Just my son. Keep and I said I don't see nothing. I just wanted to show me on the cell phone. That's what the time I saw that thing that you I don't know you call UFO. You know, I
well,
don't see, even the plane. I don't saw nothing because I've been looking for another place, and they said that's next to tree, but we have so many trees here, you know, and it was real fast, you know, it's 33 seconds.
it's long enough to capture the evidence. Now, I will say this because not only do you see, which it qualifies as a UFO because it's an unknown flying object, and then you see the plane fly.
Yeah.
They do not look nothing alike. So let's play this now. Go ahead and guide me through it.
Okay. And my son keep going. You don't see if you see now that I don't know you
Então não
call
estás a ver.
UFO, and my son keep going. Say you don't see, and
Olha,
I
olha,
say
está
no, I
quase
don't.
atrás da árvore.
Now he said it's almost behind the tree. Now he said it
Olha,
goes.
passou por cima do avião.
Now he says above off the plane. That's what he said. But I don't say anything. Just on cell phone later.
Yeah, and what I'm gonna play it one more time because I'm gonna play it close, and I'm gonna put it on mute. I'm gonna pay close attention to the size difference of the round, what I call it, see like a round object
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
sky. And it's not, it is, I wouldn't say it's a balloon. It's not moving like a balloon being whisked away
No,
by the
no, no,
breeze.
no.
It's flying a straight line.
Now, if you can see when the plane come, that thing go turn just. I think it's in 22 seconds. This F-33, you can see that thing turn a little bit and go back again. If you see real careful when the plane show up, that thing will return and go back and start ahead again.
All right, so I'm gonna put it right about where
Yeah,
both
yeah, that,
objects.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, and then I'll play it right there.
There was before already. There was before already. It's
Yeah, one more time.
I think it's in 22 seconds that thing happened.
22. So okay, so I am gonna put it right at this is 22 right here.
Okay, if you put a little like a 1920, you can see that thing
All
move
right.
just a little and keep going again.
Okay, so this is 20.
Okay,
You want me to go to 19?
no, no, it's okay. It's okay now.
Right here. Okay, so I'm gonna hit play from here.
Okay, you see that right there. They make just like that and they go back again. It's I don't know, half second or second. It was real fast. They do that. Doesn't change the direction. It just looks like you go back a little bit and keep going again.
Okay, so I'm gonna start it from right about when this object first reaches. So it looks like it comes out of the cloud,
Okay.
right about there. It just comes straight out of the cloud,
Hmm.
and then we keep going, and then you're gonna see in a few seconds.
Okay. I tell when they do that. Now you see they go like this and go back again.
It shuffled a little bit, and then right
And
about the
look,
time where it might, from what I seen here, it shuffled a little bit. The minute it saw the plane somewhere close, it might have shifted um a few feet, maybe not to collide with the plane, but they seem far enough away where they wouldn't collide. But it does,
yeah, yeah,
it does seem that it does recognize there's another object flying
yeah,
close to it.
yeah. May,
And
maybe this is
and
maybe
then
this is a like a drone for them or I don't know. But
that's, yeah, that's possible. And then that's where we're at. So very compelling evidence right there. Now, in that event, did anybody else see this?
I don't know. I don't know.
Mm.
But like I said, I just saw that in the cell phone. I've been looking at it because I was try finding another tree, not that one he talking about. And he keep going. You don't see that? Look that. Look, it's next to tree now. And I said, look, and I keep saying, I don't see anything. I can't see anything. And after that, he showed me on the cell phone.
Well, that's definitely some very interesting evidence you have here. Now, I don't know the answer to this, but have you presented this to anybody else, and what is their opinions?
Well, so every time I do, I was a guest
Mhm.
for the podcast. I send them all the time that video, and Mr. Jim is really interested about that video, you know, because I don't say it because it's mine, but one of the things is really interesting is the plane. If you just the sky with that thing, they can be, but the plane show up, in right behind the trees. There must be something in the sky, you know. It's not nothing we make, I even can't work good with the computer. I never can make that kind of things up. And they can show the plane. It's not a big plane. It's a small plane.
Yeah, it seems to be like a single engine plane or one of those small ones.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't, in reference to what you were saying, I don't think you can generate something like this because it looks very natural, not AI generated. And it shows a, s- a round object flying through the sky, but it does change trajectory slightly when it sees the plane come close to it. But I think that it's my opinion, looks like it's metal of some sort.
Yeah. That looks like it's a metal. Yeah, and it looks, and if you see the size of the plane and the size of that, it's almost in that. It's not a small thing. It's a big. I don't say big thing, but it's it's like almost the size of the plane. And it's really interesting that that video. You know, I
I
wish
know.
another times I saw things I wish I have a camera before catch that.
And I think now, seeing that now your family's experiencing these type of things, that the cell phone will be even more handy now than
Yeah.
before. And thankfully, we have that because when we were growing up, we didn't have anything like that.
Oh no,
Now,
no.
for our good friends, the listeners of Let's Find Out, they want to learn more about you, your book, and your research. Where's the best place for them to find out?
Uh, well, there was an Amazon, but in my Instagram, you can find the free. The book is free over there. I don't want any money. When I talk about the book, a lot of people must be thinking, "Oh, I have to sell the book." No, the book is free. Just go over there. What I think is they teach me how they write the book. We can forget. I have 11 years old when I start write that book. You know, and why I go make money about that? No, I want I want everybody want to be read the book. It's free in my Instagram.
And you named it. It's not about the money; it's about the information,
Yeah, it's
and
about.
you're sharing it with the world now. Do you think there might be another book in the future for you if they maybe influence you to write another one?
I don't know. I go think because that book have all my experience, and my missing times, my curation sections I have, and I think I think now it's the people reading and thinking about if they want.
Excellent. And Antonia, it's been a pleasure talking to you. And I know that we only scratched the surface on your experiences. And for those that want to learn more about you and that part of your life, they can go ahead and download their own copy of Gods or Civilization from the Stars, either through your Instagram or on Amazon as well. And I really appreciate you being on the show. And if
Thank
you
you.
don't mind, if any more experiences come your way, please come back on the show and let's talk about them.
Okay, okay. And if you have another time, you can tell about the missing times I have, my daughter have. We can talk about all that. Men in Blacks. We can talk about all that.
Oh,
Insect
we definitely
insectoids.
will. Oh no, we
You know.
you're already singing my song. I'd love to have you back here in the next few months, and we'll talk
Okay,
about
thank
that
you.
right here.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, my friend.
Okay.
Copyright Diego the Podcaster. All content for Let's Find Out is the property of Diego the Podcaster and is served directly from our servers with no modification, redirects, or rehosting. All celebrity impersonators are paid performers. The impersonated celebrities do not endorse or promote any views or opinions expressed by our guests, Diego the Podcaster, or Let's Find Out. The information shared on Let's Find Out with Diego is provided on an as-is basis, with no guarantees of completeness, accuracy, usefulness, or timeliness.